Hi there. It's October 6th and time for Proverbs 6. Let's jump over there. Now we're getting into the actual Proverbs, okay? And, just have the setups in the mornings and then get knowledge and wisdom and fear the Lord first and foremost. Now the actual practical warnings, let's call them. And I've separated these into thoughts that they are, okay? They're not highlighted as much as this is all one thought. Would have been one sentence in the original scrolls, right? And this first one is about co-signing for other people's loans. Solomon was very much against that. My son, if you have put up security for your neighbor, have given your pledge for a stranger, if you are snared in the words of your mouth, caught in the words of your mouth, then do this, my son, and save yourself, for you have come into the hand of your neighbor. Go, hasten and plead urgently with your neighbor. Give your eyes no sleep, and your eyelids no slumber. Save yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the hand of the fowler. Right. If you co-sign for somebody, you're basically putting yourself under their. Right now, you are like a slave. Okay, because if they have power over you, because if they don't pay their bills, their creditor is going to come after you to pay their bills for them because you co-signed for the loan. Right. Which is the main reason that Solomon said not to co-sign, because it puts you under another person's power. Makes a lot of sense when you think about it like that. Okay, the next thought. Go to the ant, O sluggard, lazy person. Consider her ways and be wise. Without having any chief, office, or ruler, she separates her bread in summer and gathers her food in harvest. Right. How many times have you gotten up only to find out that the ants have been working in your kitchen all night long, right? They don't have captains, they don't have politicians, they all know their job and they just do their job, right? And they never starve. Okay, the next thought altogether. How long will you lie there, old sluggard? Kind of goes together, but when will you arise from your sleep? A little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man, right? There is a time for rest, but you can't be lazy and rest all the time, right? Okay, the next thought together, 12 through 15. A worthless person, a wicked man, goes about with crooked speech, winks his eyes, and signals with his feet. Used car salesman used to be like that. Points with his finger, with perverted heart devises evil, continually sowing discord. Therefore calamity will come upon him suddenly. In a moment he will be broken beyond healing. Now, if this reminded you of politicians today, that's not my fault. Okay. But I will say it jumped into my head as well. Right. Crooked speech. Winks their eyes. Signals. Okay. How much of this money that the government's spending do you think is actually going to where it's being spent at? That's not something I want to get into in a Bible study, but yeah, that they will get theirs. Right? Okay, let's move on. Okay. There are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are an abomination to him. All right, now take heed of these. Haughty eyes. Okay, that's looking down at other people, thinking you're better, conceited, prideful. God hates that, okay? He really does. A lying tongue, obviously. Nobody likes a liar. Lies always catch up with you, right? A lot of people lying out there today, and they build this house. Building lies is like building a house of cards, and you have to remember all of your lies and everything you've ever done, because if one card gets knocked off, your whole thing comes crashing down. All right. Mark Twain said it best, okay, or Samuel Clemens, whoever you want to know him as. He said, "If you never tell a lie, you'll never have to remember anything." Right? So think about that. Just don't lie, okay? Lies build on themselves, and you have to tell another lie to cover that lie, and there's no end to it. And God hates it. Hands that shed innocent blood. Okay, lots of those out. These thugs, right? These protesters, these gangs. A heart that devises wicked plans. Lots of those out there too, right? More politics we won't go into. Feet that make haste to run to evil. People that chase after these evil, these people that run to join these protests. You run to loot a store, right? Stealing, which is bad. Thou shalt not steal. Mm-hmm. A false witness who breathes out lies. Yeah. Again, you can think of a certain California politician, and all he does is lie, 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 lie. And false witness. I have evidence when there's no evidence. God hates those kind of people. Okay, a false witness. Okay, and this is the most important one. One who sows discord among brothers. Okay. This is my soapbox word to say this is gossip. Okay. Gossip is sowing discord among brethren, people in the church, your circle of friends. Did you hear what so-and-so did? Did you see him do it? No, but I heard so-and-so told me, and I heard that he did it. And why are you talking about it? Okay. All you're doing is tearing apart people. And you'll lose friends that way. Okay. You want to lose a friend, and a friend confides in you and asks you for help with something, and you go spreading it around, even if it's for good intentions. Oh, this person's going to help me, pray for him. He asks you to keep that to yourself. And it's going to go all over the church and get back to him. And then he's going to know when all these other people say, I'm praying for your so-and-so. He's going to know that you're the only person he told, and that you are the one that are sowing discord among the brothers. And you just lost a friend. Okay. And this runs rampant, absolutely rampant. Okay. What would it be like, even in politics, what would it be like if you could only say good things about another person, even a person you're running against? What if you could only say good things about them? It's hard to even fathom that in your head. Okay. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it? So, there you go. 7 things. Okay, warnings against adultery. More warnings against adultery. He did it a lot. Well, and we'll read all this together. If one stands out, we'll highlight it. Right? My son, keep your father's commandment and forsake not your mother's teaching. Bind them on your heart always. Tie them around your neck. Now, he said this at the beginning of just about every chapter, right? When you walk, they will lead you. When you lie down, they will watch over you. When you awake, they will talk with you. For the commandment is a lamp, and the teaching is a light. And the reproofs of discipline are the way of life. Learning where you're wrong and fixing it, right? Oh, there you go. I got lost for a second. Yeah. Reproofs of discipline are the way of life, to preserve you from the evil woman, from the smooth tongue of the adulteress. Do not desire her beauty in your heart, and do not let her capture you with her eyelashes. For the price of a prostitute is only a loaf of bread, but a married woman hunts down a precious life. Can a man carry fire next to his chest, and his clothes not be burned? Or can one walk on hot coals and his feet not be scorched? So is he who goes into his neighbor's wife. None who touches her will go unpunished. People do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his appetite when he's hungry. But if he's caught, he will pay 7-fold, and he will give all the goods of his house. He who commits adultery lacks sense. He who does it destroys himself. He will get wounds and dishonor, and disgrace will not be wiped away. His disgrace will not be wiped away. I had a thought come in my head. We'll talk about that in a second. For jealousy makes a man furious, and he will not spare when he takes revenge. He will accept no compensation. He will refuse, though you multiply gifts. I like that. Okay. Yeah. This right here. He will get wounds and dishonor and disgrace will not be wiped away. It's how many famous people have had affairs and everybody knows about it. If it happened 20 or 30 years ago, they still know about it. Okay. That doesn't go away. It never goes away. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you know about that stuff. If you do that, it never goes away. If you are known as the person who does that, right, the disgrace will not be wiped away. Okay. It will affect your life forever. Okay. And it's 34 and 35. This jealousy. Jealousy makes a man furious. He will not spare when he takes revenge. He will accept no compensation. He will refuse, though you multiply gifts. Okay. Jealousy is the worst kind of anger. Why? Because it involves betrayal from someone you loved and trusted has betrayed you. There is no worse kind of anger. You can't console a person like that. Okay. Somebody who has been betrayed, the person that, right? The person that betrayed them and the person they betrayed them with could offer you new cars, new houses, millions of dollars. All right. It's not going to make the jealousy go away. You can't compensate that. So, yeah, in my opinion, jealousy is the worst kind of anger there is. Okay. So there you have it. That's Proverbs 6, the beginning of the Proverbs, actual lessons. Okay. And we won't go over all these. We talked about co-signing, right? And how by co-signing for somebody else's loan, you are now under their power, and they control you. Because if they don't pay their bill, I'm not going to pay it. They'll go after you. Don't be into that kind of, that's like being a slave. Okay, just don't do it. Right? We talked about being lazy. These two are about lazy. The people don't want to do anything. Go to the ant, you sluggard, and consider her ways and be wise. Without having a chief, they have no chiefs. They say, oh, but there's a queen ant. Okay, she doesn't actually run things. Okay, they protect her because she's the one laying the eggs and making more ants. It's just an egg layer. Okay, she doesn't run things. She doesn't. The queen ant is not a politician. They're just the one who can lay eggs, right? And if she dies, the rest of the ants will make a new queen to lay eggs. Okay? Same with bees or, most insects. Right? She works. They work. And he talks about people. How long will you lie there, O sluggard? When you arise from your sleep, a little slumber, a little falling of the hands to rest. And poverty will come upon you like a robber and want like an armed man. Right? If you keep being lazy, at some point you will be homeless. Right? And this 12 through 15. Yeah, we all know somebody like this, or you know of people like this, right? A worthless person, a wicked man goes about with crooked speech, winks his eyes, signals with his feet, points with his finger, with perverted heart, and devises evil, continually sowing discord, gossip, telling stories, right? Therefore, calamity will come upon him suddenly. In a moment, he will be broken beyond healing, right? Some of these persons get very far in life, okay? They become governors and, sometimes even presidents, okay? But can't go there. But there's lots of people like just crooked people. They make wicked plans. They wink their eye on the other hand, they have their bullies and they have their gang with them. And, you wink your eye when you're about to take advantage of somebody and they don't know it. And somebody's in on it with you and you're like, wink, wink, nod, nod, right? Right. Signals with his feet signals that they're taking advantage of somebody. And with a perverted heart devises evil. Okay? They'll get theirs. And 7 things that are an abomination to the Lord. We cover these: haughty eyes, pride, conceited, looking down on people. God hates that. A lying tongue, for obvious reasons. Hands that shed innocent blood. Lots of those out there. A heart that devises wicked plans. Notice hands that shed innocent blood. You know, people, and it was a game over, and it still is. They call it the knockout game or something. I mean, and the game is that you're one of these awful people, and you walk down the street, and you just out of nowhere, you punch somebody without them seeing and try to knock them out. And, you know, hands that shed innocent blood. They did nothing. It's just a game to you. Okay. And there's people, and I stay out of big cities personally, but there's people in big cities, well, just stab somebody. It's just routinely just stab somebody. Okay. I mean, obviously the Lord hates that. Okay. But there are hands that shed innocent blood. Okay. Bombs. Anybody that sets off a bomb, okay, blows up a building or something, they know that's going to kill people. They know that's going to shed innocent blood. The Lord will get those people. Okay. Okay. Heart that devises wicked plans. Lots of that out there. There's a huge movement now. I think there's a group that wants to basically take over the world, devising wicked plans to do so. And the Bible says in Revelations that they will try and do that, but in the end, the Lord will win. So, feet that make haste to run to evil. There's people that want to be in on it, want to be part of the gang. Right? The Lord hates that. Okay. A false witness who breathes out lies. Okay. One who breathes out lies. There's some people that can't talk without lying. Okay. And they're usually haughty eyes, a lying tongue. Right? This could be one person heart. Right? And most important, one who sows discord among brothers, a gossip. And a gossip could be, it just says one, it doesn't say a man, it could be the little old lady who's nosy and has nothing better to do than to get into other people's business and try and sow discord among brothers. Gossip is a terrible, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, gossip is, okay? Most of the news, a lot of TV shows are founded around gossip and drama, okay? Somebody else's business that you need to stay out of, okay? So those are the 7 things that the Lord hates, and there's more. He'll have more of these lists, okay? Okay, and we're talking about the people who follow bad people. It says a prostitute, but it can be any bad person, right? He will get wounds and dishonor, and its disgrace will not be wiped away, right? If you're anybody of importance and you've had an affair with somebody and it gets out, it's never going away. Even if it happened 50 years ago, it's never going away. So that disgrace will never go away. You get wounds and dishonor for it, and nobody will listen to you, right? In 34 and 35, we talked about jealousy. For jealousy makes a man furious, and he will not spare when he takes revenge. He will accept no compensation. He will refuse, though you multiply gifts, okay? And we talked about jealousy. It involves the betrayal of somebody you trusted and loved. That kind of anger cannot be consoled, okay? It can be forgiven, and God can help you work through it. For a truly repentant person, right? But it's always there. Always there. And you can't buy your way out of that. You can't say, I'll buy you a new car, I'll give you $1 million. No. You were betrayed. So, and that kind of trust is really hard to gain back, if it's possible at all. So there you go. That's Proverbs 6. That's the beginning of the actual lessons to be taught. Okay. So we check what we're doing in our Through the Bible in a Year today, just for Mark 2, a single book. So And it's very short. Today will be a very short through the Bible in a year. I think we're supposed to stay 280, I think. Yep, 280. So there you have it. So stay tuned for that. Give us a like or think about it. But remember these lessons and take them to heart. See you next time.